It's Phoenix for Go Calgary, joined again by the mayor. Mr. Mayor, how was your drive-in this morning?
Actually, I left very early because I was a little worried about it, and I got to work really early. So that was a
You worried about what, Mr. Mayor? What were you worried about?
I was a little concerned that other drivers might be driving like idiots, which happens sometimes after the snow, but people were pretty good.
These are Calgarians. We know how to drive in this city. It's the snow plows that we are so worried about. Is it true that the plows have to wait until actually the snow has fallen? What's the procedure on that?
No, they start right away.
Okay.
In fact, they start before the snow falls, even though we can't plow it before it falls, by putting down a solution that prevents the formation of ice on the roads. And then once it starts snowing, they start. But of course, if it's still snowing,
yes,
it gets covered up again.
Absolutely.
Just like, how many times did you have to shovel your walk yesterday?
At least a couple of times.
Exactly.
You're right.
And so once the snow lessens, then we have a chance to get ahead of it, which is what you saw happening over the course of the day yesterday. And I think that things worked really well. When I got up this morning, I thought, all right, I'm ready for a million billion complaints about this.
Not so much?
No, not at all. In fact, people almost unanimously were very pleased at the work the guys had done overnight to clear the snows, and we had a pretty safe commute this morning.
Snow bans. Help us understand the snow bans again, because sometimes it's 24 hours. Do we have to wait until we get an official announcement from the mayor's office?
Well, not from me, but yes, you do have to wait until you get an official
When are you
announcement.
making that call?
So what people need to remember, which I think sometimes folks forget, is that the parking bans are about the priority 2 roads.
Yes.
You can't park on the priority 1 roads anyway. If people are parking on Crowchild Trail, we've got a bigger problem. And in this particular, so what happens is once 5 centimeters fall, we make a decision on whether to do a parking ban. And in this particular case, the guys were really busy with the priority 1 roads, so there was no point in calling a ban on the priority 2 roads. I didn't want to inconvenience people and have them move their cars when we weren't going to get to their road for 12 hours anyway. So as it turns out, at this moment, the priority 1 roads are done, and folks are working on the priority 2 roads, but I'm not going to call a parking ban in the middle of the workday. People aren't going to go home and move their cars. So we'll see how much progress they get. And if a parking ban starting tomorrow morning would still be helpful, if they're not done yet overnight, we'll call one. If they're done overnight, there's no point in calling one. It just means that we won't have plowed the parking lanes, and the roads will be a bit narrower, but that might be okay. Remember, the point of doing the parking ban is to get them done more quickly. And if we're done already, there's not much point.
There you go. Snow, always a fun and entertaining topic, especially with you, Mr. Mayor. More Go Calgary coming up here on Shaw TV.